Hey everybody, it's your girl Maiah Chanel here, and I'm here to help you make a decision on how to set up your business structure. LLC, corporation, which one is it going to be? Let's get into the facts. So setting up your business structure can be very, very tricky just because there's so many different terminologies in there, so many gray areas, and it may be hard to know where to start your business off as. The most common one is an LLC, but there are other types of business structures out there. I have a few notes here that I'm going to share with you guys because I think that's really important on your entrepreneurial journey, starting your business, making sure that you set it up for success and sustainability from day one is a key factor. So being able to choose that right structure for your business is going to be essential for you. So just to start things off, there are several different structures for your business that you can register your business as, and not all of these technically make your business a registered business or an entity. First one is a sole proprietorship. So with the sole proprietorship, it's basically you using yourself, your name. Everything falls on you. There's no security or nothing to fall back, no type of insurance or anything. It's just you using your name as a business. You can have an EIN with this type of structure, but like I said, there's no distinction between your personal assets and your business assets. Everything falls under one thing. If you set up as a sole proprietorship, if someone were to sue you or your company, they would be able to sue your personal assets as well. So there's no protection for you, your assets, your business, your personal assets, your business assets, nothing. There's no protection whatsoever. So I wouldn't necessarily recommend a sole proprietorship for anything that you're trying to start for your business. I always talk a lot about making a sustainable business, and with the sole proprietorship, that business dies with you. It is your name. It is attached to you. There's no way that you can sell your sole proprietorship. There's no way that you can transfer it over to someone. It is only you. Once you go, that business goes with it, and so your legacy doesn't get to benefit from that as well. You also have a general partnership, which is basically a sole proprietorship, but adding partners with it. So basically you're taking on more financial responsibility. You're kind of mixing and mingling with someone else's assets. Yours, definitely would not recommend that one for you as well. And then you have fictitious names. Definitely a fictitious name is not a business. It doesn't set you up as an entity. It kind of just allows you to use that business under something else that you've created. And then you can also create fictitious names without even setting up an LLC or a corporation, but it doesn't necessarily register your business within your state, federally, nothing like that. It doesn't make it a legit business. It just kind of tells them that, okay, like I'm putting this name out there, but it doesn't really say that, okay, I'm ready to start a legitimate business, time to get my things underway, time to structure properly and set your business up for success. Now, the most popular business structure that most business owners and entrepreneurs set up is an LLC. So an LLC can be used for almost anything. But a key factor is an LLC is usually for businesses that are making under $60,000 a year, just for tax purposes, but it does set you in a different tax bracket. The way that your tax is different than the corporation, and there's a whole lot more details on that. So let's get into my notes a little bit more detailed on this LLC because I know a lot of people want to know about that specifically. An LLC is a limited liability corporation. However, it is a disregarded entity. So that means that it is not a separate entity for you. It does give you some sort of protection, unlike sole proprietorship in a general partnership, but it does not make that business separate from you. There's several reasons for this, but we'll get into that later. If you guys want a more detailed video on an LLC, I'll be sure to do that for you. So with an LLC, it gives you some sort of protection so that your assets, your business assets and your personal assets can be separated. So if someone were to sue your company, they wouldn't be able to go after your personal assets. And that's one of the main reasons for getting an LLC for your business, just so that you'll be able to protect yourself and you wouldn't be able to get sued and lose all of your personal assets. It would just affect the business assets. You can also get an EIN number with this business structure. And you can also be taxed as an S-Corp or a corporation with an LLC. So now a lot of people try to see the difference between an LLC and an S-Corp. A corporation is a business entity. An S-Corp is a tax classification. So you have C-Corp, S-Corp, and B-Corp. B-Corp is usually for like nonprofits and things like that. S-Corp is usually for those who have the profits and the losses go to the owner. And then your C-Corp is usually those that you get taxed more on the C-Corp. So I wouldn't necessarily recommend that one. Usually the S-Corp is the one that most people go for. Just from the information that I've been digging up. Not an expert, you know, still consult with your tax attorneys, your CPAs, your accountants to get more information on this. But this is just giving you a brief overview on some things that I've been learning along my process, and for those who may need a little bit of help with starting their business and making sure that they set up their structures correctly. Now, like I said, a corporation is a separate entity. The LLC is not a separate entity. It's still you, but it gives you a little bit of protection so that it's like if it was on a scale of small to high, small, medium, high, an LLC would be medium protection for your business. A corporation will give you separate entities. So business and personal are completely separate. You'll be basically paying yourself a salary from your corporation instead of, whereas an LLC, you'll be kind of just funneling that money and getting all the profits to yourself and your personal assets. Like I mentioned earlier about the LLC, a corporation is usually formed when you're projected to, or you're already currently making over $60,000 for that year in profits. Other than that, it may be kind of difficult because you do have to get taxed for that. And even if you don't make money, you still have to do your taxes for your business that year. So that is one thing for you to consider when forming your business and picking a perfect structure for your business. Now, the benefits of setting your business up and structuring it properly is that there are so many benefits. You can get loans, you can get grants, and basically you can also be able to do work with the government as well. And that's another topic that we'll discuss in another video, but make sure you're thinking these things through, setting up your business for sustainability, for success, and for overall growth, and project these things now so that you won't have to worry about them in the future. Now, the reason you don't do a fictitious name rather than, you know, a corporation or an LLC is because if you only do a fictitious name, your name is not registered in the state. It's not registered anywhere. It's just a fictitious name. But when you set up an LLC or a corporation, you're registering that name in the state. So you can only one name can be registered in a state. So let's say you say Barrett's or Hair Bowls LLC. No one else in that state can register the name Hair Bowls LLC. If you have only put that name as a fictitious name, then someone else can come and register that name, and then you lose out on being able to register in that state. So those are some tips that I've learned while digging through information, learning more about LLCs, corporations, sole proprietorships, and all of the above. If you have any questions, I'd love to discuss in the comments. And remember, this is only a recommendation, some things that I've learned. Don't take, still do your research, still consult tax attorneys, CPAs, and your accountants for information regarding setting up your business structure properly. We want to make sure that the IRS does not have to attack you for anything. We want to make sure that you're not losing out on money. So make sure that you're setting these things up and consulting the right people to set up your business properly. I'm so happy to be able to share this information with you guys and help so many small business owners be able to brand and scale and grow their business for sustainability, essentially. Make sure you guys give this video a huge thumbs up if you like what I shared here. Make sure you comment below if you have any questions, and subscribe to join the tribe. Until next time, it's your girl Maiah Chanel, and I'll see you guys in the next video.